Do you know the difference between a security group and a network ACL? One protects your instance, the other protects the whole subnet. If you mix them up, you fail Theo. Question 33. In Part 7, we clarify scalability, support plans, and these tricky security layers. Let's start with question 31 on Trusted Advisor right now. Question 31. Which tool will help you review your workloads against current AWS best practices for cost optimization, security, and performance improvement, and then obtain advice to architect them better? A. AWS Cost Explorer. B. AWS Trusted Advisor. C. Amazon Inspector. D. Amazon CloudWatch. This question asks which AWS tool automatically reviews your environment against AWS best practices and provides recommendations for improvement across cost, security, and performance. Think of it as which AWS service acts like a consultant that scans my account and tells me what I can improve. The correct answer is B, AWS Trusted Advisor. AWS Trusted Advisor is a built-in AWS service that continuously inspects your AWS environment and provides real-time recommendations based on AWS best practices across 5 categories: cost optimization, performance, security, fault tolerance, and service limits. It automatically scans your resources like EC2 instances, S3 buckets, RDS databases, and security groups, and flags issues such as idle resources, security vulnerabilities, or underutilized reserved instances, then provides specific advice on how to fix them. Trusted Advisor presents results using a color-coded dashboard. Green equals no issues, yellow equals investigate, red equals action needed, making it easy to prioritize improvements. Why the other options are incorrect. AWS Cost Explorer A analyzes past spending and forecasts future costs, but doesn't review workloads for best practices or provide architecture recommendations. Amazon Inspector C focuses only on security, specifically scanning EC2 instances and container workloads for vulnerabilities, not cost or performance optimization. Amazon CloudWatch D monitors metrics, logs, and alarms for AWS resources, but doesn't provide best practice recommendations or architecture advice. Quick memory tip. Think Trusted Advisor is your AWS consultant, checks cost, security, performance. Trusted Advisor Best Practices Scanner. If this video is helping you, support us by hitting the like button, and don't forget to subscribe for more content like this. Question 32. Which of the following are examples of horizontal scalability, aka elasticity? Select 2. A. Add a bigger CPU to a computer. B. Elastic load balancing. C. Modify an EC2 instance type from T2.nano to U12TB1.metal. D. Modify a database instance to higher CPU and RAM. E. Read replicas in Amazon RDS. This question asks which options represent horizontal scaling, adding more instances servers, rather than vertical scaling, making one instance bigger. Think of it as which options involve adding more machines to handle load, not upgrading a single machine. The correct answer is B. Elastic load balancing. E. Read replicas in Amazon RDS. Elastic load balancing, B, is a core horizontal scaling service that distributes incoming traffic across multiple EC2 instances, containers, or targets in different availability zones. As demand increases, you add more instances behind the load balancer, spreading the load horizontally rather than upgrading a single instance. This improves both performance and reliability. RDS read replicas E enable horizontal scaling for database read operations by creating multiple read-only copies of your primary database. Applications can distribute read queries across these replicas, reducing load on the primary database and improving overall throughput. This is classic horizontal scaling for databases. Why the other options are incorrect. Add bigger CPU A. This is vertical scaling, upgrading hardware on a single machine, not adding more machines. Modify EC2 from T2.nano to U12TB1.metal. C. This is vertical scaling, changing to a larger instance type with more resources. Modify database to higher CPU RAM. D. This is vertical scaling, upgrading a single database instance's capacity. Quick memory tip. Think horizontal, add more instances. Vertical equals make one instance bigger. ELBs read replicas scale out horizontal. Question 33. Which of the following statement is correct for a security group and a network access control list? A. Security group acts as a firewall at the AZ level, whereas network access control list acts as a firewall at the VPC level. B. Security group acts as a firewall at the subnet level, whereas network access control list acts as a firewall at the instance level. C. Security group acts as a firewall at the VPC level, whereas network access control list acts as a firewall at the AZ level D. Security group acts as a firewall at the instance level, whereas network access control list acts as a firewall at the subnet level. This question asks about the scope or level where security groups and NACLs operate to control traffic in AWS. Think of it as, where does each security layer apply? At the individual instance or at the entire subnet? The correct answer is D. Security group acts as a firewall at the instance level, whereas network access control list acts as a firewall at the subnet level. Security groups operate at the instance level, technically at the elastic network interface level, meaning they control traffic to and from individual EC2 instances, RDS databases, load balancers, and other AWS resources. Each instance can have multiple security groups attached, providing granular, resource-specific firewall rules. Network ACLs, NCLs, operate at the subnet level, applying their rules to all traffic entering or exiting a subnet, affecting every instance within that subnet. NACLs act as a broader security boundary, while security groups provide fine-grained instance protection. Together, they create a layered defense strategy. Why the other options are incorrect? Option A, neither operates at the AZ or VPC level. Security groups are instance level, NACLs are subnet level. Option B, this reverses the correct answer. Security groups are instance level, not subnet level. Option C, neither operates at the VPC or AZ level. This is completely incorrect. Quick memory tip, think. Security group equals instance firewall, NAC equals subnet firewall. SG protects instances, NACL protects subnets. Question 34. Which AWS support plan provides access to a technical account manager TAM? A, business, B, enterprise, C, business and enterprise, D, developer. This question asks which AWS support plan includes a dedicated technical account manager who acts as your personal AWS advisor. Think of it as, which premium support tier gives me a dedicated AWS expert to help with my cloud strategy and operations? The correct answer is B. Enterprise support is the only AWS support plan that includes access to a dedicated technical account manager, TAM. A TAM acts as your trusted cloud advisor and operations architect, providing personalized guidance, proactive monitoring, strategic technical reviews, and advocacy within AWS. TAMs help you design solutions, optimize costs, plan migrations, review incidents, and ensure your AWS environments remain operationally healthy, building a long-term relationship focused on helping you achieve maximum business value from AWS. Why the other options are incorrect? Business, A, provides 24/7 phone, chat, email support, and full trusted advisor access, but no dedicated TAM. Business and enterprise, C, incorrect. Only enterprise support includes a TAM, not business. Developer, D, entry-level support with business hours email access only. No TAM included. Quick memory tip, think. TAM equals enterprise only. Enterprise support, your dedicated AWS advisor, TAM. To get the free PDF or mock test, comment PDF or mock or both. I will share the downloadable link within the next 24 hours. Question 35. Which of the following AWS services are always free to use? Select 2. A, Identity and Access Management, IAM. B, Elastic Compute Cloud, Amazon EC2. C, AWS Autoscaling. D, DynamoDB. E, Simple Storage Service, Amazon S3. This question asks which AWS services have no charges at all, regardless of how much you use them. Think of it as, which AWS services can I use freely without ever receiving a bill for the service itself? The correct answer is A, Identity and Access Management, IAM. C, AWS Autoscaling. AWS Identity and Access Management, IAM, is offered at no additional charge. You can create unlimited IAM users, groups, roles, and policies without ever receiving a bill for IAM itself. You only pay when IAM users access other AWS services like EC2 or S3. AWS Autoscaling is also completely free. There are no charges for the autoscaling service itself. You only pay for the underlying AWS resources, like EC2 instances or DynamoDB tables that autoscaling launches or adjusts. Both services are management and orchestration tools that AWS provides at no cost to help you securely manage and optimize your infrastructure. Why the other options are incorrect? Amazon EC2, B, you pay for compute time by the hour or second, plus storage and data transfer costs. DynamoDB, D, you pay for read-write capacity units or on-demand requests, plus storage costs. Amazon S3, E, you pay for storage per GB per month, data transfer, and API requests. Quick memory tip, think IAM plus autoscaling's always free. IAM manages users, autoscaling manages capacity, both free.